Hello, hello, hello. Excuse me. So, I thought I would make a short-ish video about um, budgeting on the road. I'm still in the sticks and bricks right now, so um, but I thought it might be helpful for some of you to kind of um, get a small glimpse of what expenses can look like on the road. My budgets will not work for the next person, nor will it work for the next person, this person. But I do keep, or try to keep my expenses really low for obvious reasons. I am on disability, some of you know that already, and I get about $1,300 a month. So I will tell you what my expenses are. So here we go. Every month, my phone is $60. That includes paying off the phone itself as well as the phone plan itself. My brother works for AT&T. I got on his phone plan because he loves me and I love him. And so, I get his discount, which is great because I'm poor, not stupid. My insurance, it's $84 a month. I have a really high deductible, so that's why that it is. I have comprehensive. I have rental cars for that. I have the most expensive rental car, that type of thing. I also go through State Farm. YouTube, so this one's a bit of a luxury here. So with YouTube Premium, you can download videos to watch later on, because sometimes I'm in places where I have no cell service or I have very little. So if I know, then I can go into town, or I can download videos to watch later, because sometimes you get stuck, or I get stuck in the back of the pickup truck for several hours because the weather's shit, or because I don't feel good, or whatever. So that is, there's one other, it's called Google One, and that just expands. I pay extra to have, like, memory in the cloud, because, because I make a lot of fucking videos, and I take a lot of pictures, and I'd rather have them on my phone and in the cloud than somewhere else. Anyways, so those are my monthly expenses. Like, that's what I do every month, minimum. Now, every year I have a Sam's Club membership. It's $55. I rounded all my numbers up. It's $55. I have a friend who's on my family plan, so she gets it for free. But I bought 3 things the other day, and it's already paid for my fucking membership. Just the money I've saved. So, excuse me. There's that. And so, and then I have a mail forwarding service, so I basically pay them once a month, or not once a month, once a year, $130, and they allow me to legally use their business as a domicile so that Uncle Sam could be happy. Yeah. So those are the 2, like, yearly things that I pay for. There might be 1 or 2 things that I forgot about, but this is, it's like, it's what I can remember, or think of off the top of my head. So here's a few things that people don't realize, or at least come up, right, for me. So laundry. You do laundry wherever the fuck you can. Sometimes it's in the river, sometimes it's in the laundromat. Showers. I typically take a shower a week, unless, like, the weather's nasty and I'm hot and sweaty, or whatever, right? or if I'm feeling froggy, I'll take one twice a week. So the lowest I've ever paid for a shower was free, or the next lowest was like $3. And the most I paid was straight $20 plus tax. It adds up. Yeah. Water. So I've gotten water at like in spigots, in city parks, whatever. Or I paid up to 65 cents a gallon. That was a while ago, but typically it's not more than 50 cents. There's that. Gas. I'm in Kansas right now. Gas is about $3 a gallon. I'll never complain about Kansas gas prices again. Because if you're seeing this video and you're not in Kansas, it's probably a lot more wherever the fuck you are. Unless you're in Missouri. They don't count. Food. So I hit food banks wherever I can because, again, I'm poor, not stupid. But sometimes I'm somewhere where there's only one fucking grocery store for anywhere around. And so you are at the mercy of those prices. So that can go as high as you want it to. I also eat mostly vegetarian. And so, like, I say that, like, I might eat tuna packets or something like that. So that actually costs more than it would be if I were to get, like, a can of tuna. So, think about that. Bella. She costs money, too. Just dog food, vet visits, whatever. She has the T word, but I won't say it because she knows what it means. And I don't want to give her one right now. But you know what it is. Truck repairs. I've gone through brake pads and rotors twice. I've been on the road 18 months. So yeah. Regular maintenance is oil changes and stuff like that. And that could be, like, if it's something I can do, I will do it. I've done it. Medications, over the counter and prescription. I've gotten some prescriptions in Mexico. Of course, they're more expensive because I have prescription insurance. But there are times where, and it has been like this, where I wasn't near a doctor and near a pharmacy, even if he could prescribe, like, calling the doctor, where's the nearest pharmacy? Well, 200 miles away. Not going to work out too well. So I do have that on backup. Sometimes, like, I take Prilosec, but I take twice the over-the-counter dosage. And so my doctor gave me a script for it, but has not refilled it. And so I'm having to buy it over the counter and then take twice as much, which costs money too. Because I can't get into my doctor and say, hey, because I've called and the pharmacy's called and there's nothing. So that kind of stuff adds up. Urgent care. I've had to go to urgent care more than once on the road, and my copay is $35 a visit. So, and they get really, really mad at you if you don't have that copay. Clothing replacement. So, being outside all the time and not laundering your clothes regularly really does damage your clothes quicker. Like, this shirt, it's not too bad, but it's it always looks dirty, and I haven't had this but maybe a year. No holes in it yet, but it's looking a little rough, and so as much as I don't mind looking rough because I don't give a shit what people think, it is kind of nice sometimes to have at least an outfit that doesn't look like you just crawled out of the dumpster. Okay. So there's that. Toiletries, that's an obvious, but what may not be obvious is when you're out in the elements a lot, because I don't have a rig that's like I can just hang out in or whatever. I spend a lot of time outside. My skin dries up really, really, really bad, and so I have to use oils on my skin, otherwise I look like my grandmother. So there's that. I use a lot of baby wipes. I'm gonna put that under toiletries. I use a lot of perineal spray, which is like originally made for people who are like bedridden, but if you know you need to keep your private parts clean because it ain't time for your shower for a few more days. You know, that shit adds up. I have foaming wash to kind of keep myself somewhat clean between showers, especially if it's like really dusty out or something. So again, that shit's not cheap. It adds up. The last thing is cooking fuel. So I cook on 2 different kinds of fuel, one being propane, which is popular, and then the other one being isobutane, which is a butane propane mix. So what I've found is when I'm somewhere like Quartzsite, propane is the first thing to fly off the shelf because everybody's using propane, and then pretty soon you need propane and there's none to be found for like 3 hours drive. There's just none, you know. So I have and propane's cheaper. I have the isobutane, which is the butane propane mix. I have yet to, whoever normally sells it, I have yet to find it sold out. So it's more expensive, but I've yet to run out of it, like buy it. So that is a brief synopsis. One other thing, this isn't necessarily in my budget or whatever, or maybe 2 other things. One is getting a home cooked meal. It just really boosts your spirits, because you get, if you know me, I hate cooking. I can cook. Sometimes I'm good at it, sometimes I'm like, you know, but having a home cooked meal, even just drive through fucking Taco Bell, is a really, really nice treat. And then the other thing is a hotel room. I sleep in a bed that is 24 inches wide by 68 inches long. It's pretty crowded, especially with the dog. I can see her. Yeah. And so it's kind of nice to sprawl out in bed and take as many showers as you want and eat a continental breakfast, because you normally don't eat breakfast because it's too expensive. Or you're traveling in the summer and you don't want to camp in your vehicle when the low for the night's 89 degrees. You'd like to sleep in air conditioning because you've been used to 70-degree weather for 18 months. So, there's all kinds of reasons to get a hotel room. It's just nice. And, you know, those things widely vary in price. I once paid $427 for a hotel room. Yeah. Never doing that again. I'll sleep under a fucking bridge before I do that. Anyways. I hope you guys found this video helpful. Hope you guys have a great day, whatever it is to you guys.